What's up guys, this is Tampa Tech and I'm going to show you how to fix a TV that has sound but no picture. So I have the TV back cover off and I'm going to show you the steps to troubleshoot your TV, and hopefully this video will help you out. This is the main logic board plug right here, and so the power supply board is supplying the standby voltage going to the main logic board to turn on the main logic board. Now the main logic board also has a feedback voltage going back out to the power supply board. So when you hit the power button on the TV or on the remote, it first goes to the main logic board, and then that signal gets sent out to the power board, and then the high voltage turns on. So without the standby voltage, this board is dead. So the first thing we check is the standby voltage. So let's go ahead and do that, and we're going to put our meter in DC mode. So right here it says pin 1 5.1 V, and the V is volts. And then next to that it says SB, and SB stands for standby volts. Alright, so let's go ahead and check the standby voltage, and that is the voltage again to turn on the main logic board. So we're going to put our black lead on the ground source, which is the chassis of the TV, or you can put it on a ground screw, but I like to put it on the chassis of the TV as a good ground source, and that's the black lead on your meter. Alright, so next I'm going to put it up pin 1. And there's a number 1 right there next to pin 1, which is the white wire. And we are getting, right now, should be about 5 volts. And yeah, we're getting 5.2 volts, which is good. And then pin 2 is also standby volts, and we're getting 5.2, and that's reading good. So our standby voltage is good. So our power supply is most likely good. Now let's check. Pin 3 should be 0 volts because it's a ground. Okay, and it is. Pin 4, 0 volts because it's a ground. Pin 5, 0 volts. And then next one is 12 volts. Well, the reason why we don't have 12 volts is because the TV is not on. So let's go ahead and press the power button on the TV. Make sure the TV is plugged in. Alright, there we go. And power button. I just pressed the power button just now. And 12 volts, pretty close to 12 volts. And then the next pin is 12 volts also, looks like. I know, this one's 12 volts, and then that next one's 12 volts. And then next one is the power supply on and off signal. That's the signal coming from the main logic board. And that's the feedback voltage from the main logic board. That's how you know the main logic board is active, it's working. And then let's check the backlight. It looks like, is that the backlight? I think it's it says BL on off. So it looks like the backlight feedback. And it's also 3.3. Pretty close to 3.3. That's good. Now with the TV turned off, you notice that it goes to 0. Alright? And then this is 0, and my 12 volts are 0 as well. And these voltages only appear when the TV is on. You know, our main logic board and our power supply board is working just off this plug alone. What about the T-Con board? How do you test that? Well, there's a couple ways to test it, but here's my particular way to test it. And Shop Jimmy also does it that way as well. You should check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the video description below. Alright, so what you want to do now is turn on the TV. Hit power on the TV, and this light should turn on. Alright, so next, you want to do, with the TV on, you want to press the menu button. And I press the menu button, but you don't see anything on the screen. It looks like it's turned off. So let's get a flashlight, and then we're going to shine it on the screen and see if we see any images. Alright, so as you can see right there, see where the screen, it says audio? And that's how you know the T-Con board is working, because you can actually read the word audio if you put a flashlight to it. Alright, now let's go ahead and check out the voltage going to the LED driver board. So we're going to put our meter in DC volts again, and And let's go ahead and check out the voltage. Now there's a chart as well. It says LED 1 and then it says NC. There's no connection there. And V out 1 should be 100 volts. If it reads 130 volts, then the LED backlight is bad. If it reads 0 volts, then the LED driver section is bad on the power supply board. V out 1 and V out 1 is about like 130 volts. 120. It looks like it's floating between 120 and 130 volts. Behind this metal chassis, it looks like we have a bad LED backlight strip. So we're going to have to replace that. Now if this was reading 100 volts, that means everything's working properly. And if it was reading 0 volts, that means the LED driver section is defective. So part of troubleshooting is process of elimination. And stay tuned for part 2 to this video, how to actually replace the LED backlight for under $100. And also how to troubleshoot your backlight using the Shop Jimmy's LED backlight tester. If this video was informative, give me a big thumbs up. And share this video to anyone this video may interest or help. And subscribe to Tampa Tech for more how-to videos like this one.